From WFRV TV, Local 5, serving Northeast Wisconsin, including Green Bay, Fox Cities, and the Lakeshore. This is Newsmaker Sunday.
Good morning. Thank you for joining us. I'm Tom Zaleski. Welcome to Newsmaker Sunday. Well, it is one of Wisconsin's jewels, nestled in an area of streams and lakes, about a 45-minute drive northwest of the Fox Cities. It is a place called Waupaca. And with us this morning are the two guys who know everything Waupaca. City Administrator Aaron Jensen to my immediate right, and to my far right is Mayor Brian Smith. Gents, good to see you this morning. Thanks so much for being here.
Thanks for having us.
If I can start off with both of your personal histories and professional histories, how did you get to where you are today? Start with the mayor.
Yeah, thank you, Tom. Well, I've been on city council since 1996. In 2002, I ran for mayor, and I've been mayor since 2002. So I've been the mayor for 21 years.
And before that?
So the mayor's position is a part-time position.
Okay.
So I owned an accounting firm in the city of Waupaca, and I ran that until about 4 years ago, and I retired from that. So I guess you could say my part-time mayor's position has now become a full-time position.
It's now full-time.
Yeah.
Aaron, what was your path?
I was born and raised in Waupaca.
You were?
So it's really cool to be able to be in this position and contribute in that way to a town that gave me and my wife so much growing up. And then went off to UW Wisconsin Lacrosse and came back, was the Park and Recreation Coordinator, eventually the Park and Rec Director, and then the Athletic Director for the school district, and now I've been city administrator for a little over 4 years.
What was the trigger? What made you think that, hey, I could do this city administrator job?
That's a great question. I think just the support, the situation that it was in, the council that existed at the time, a mayor that's been around for 20 plus years, sure. All that stability certainly helps. And it's a great community. The people in Waupaca, it's a lot of people that want Waupaca to be excellent, and it's a good situation.
And you've been in your position for how long?
A little over 4 years.
Okay, so you're seasoned at it.
Yeah.
Running a community like Waupaca, how do your two offices work? Do you guys coordinate? Do you have a lot of communication? How does that go there?
We do. We have a lot of communication between each other. Like I said, it's almost become a kind of a full-time position for me, but Aaron and I, it's surprising if we don't talk on a daily basis.
Really?
So, yeah, we get together either by phone, by text, by email. Waupaca is a small community, so I'm down in the downtown area quite often, so we meet quite a bit together.
Yeah, I think that my wife jokes, and probably his as well. I think we probably talk to each other more than our spouses.
You talk to them, sure.
Which is a good thing. I mean, it's great to have that communication. It's great to be able to know that you can pick up the phone or get a text off, and we're going to get a response in a couple minutes. And
sure.
It's a good working relationship.
Let me get to all things Waupaca. A lot of emphasis recently placed on making improvements to your downtown, your Main Street as an example. You've got some redesign and reconstruction going on down there. What's happening there?
Actually,
as we see the videotape here.
Yeah. Our Main Street was completed about 3 years ago, actually, but we're still doing some additions. If you look at North Main Street, they're just finishing putting in a new pavilion that's by what's called our Rasmussen Park. Mm-hmm. But you can see that we've beautified the downtown with our streets, widening our sidewalks, putting in new lighting systems, and our Main Street, we're very proud of it. It's such a vibrant area, and of course, Main Street means a lot to small communities.
Sure.
I was just going to add to that, Tom, if you don't mind. There's a downtown business incentive grant that happened right after the reconstruction, and it was really actually an idea of Mayor Smith, and was supported by City Council and staff, and it resulted in over $2.4 million of investment into local businesses. And there's been a lot of businesses that have been there for a long time that have been able to benefit with facade improvements and capital infrastructure improvements in the downtown area. We have a lot of historic buildings. So that's been a huge boost. And there's been a lot of new businesses that have come from that effort.
So that's specifically where that $2.2 million went, just to individual businesses.
Yeah, it was a grant program, and the city invested about $900,000. It leveraged over $2.4 million of total investment.
We are talking this morning all things Waupaca, and we have much more to come right after this, so please stay with us. Back now with Waupaca Mayor Brian Smith and City Administrator Aaron Jensen. City has recently opened up some tax incremental financing districts. Talk to us about the River North project.
So the River North project, I'll just give you an overview and turn it over to Aaron because he has more of the detail. But the River North project originally, we started back in the late 90s, early 2000s, and it was supposed to be an industrial park, and we were looking to incentivize businesses coming to our community. And we did bring in some new businesses, but as you can see right now, it's a cornfield right now. Mm-hmm. So we are in a housing crunch. We do have very few homes in the community that are for sale, and we have a lot more jobs than we do homes. So
yeah, so because of that, we probably, I would say 2019, 2020, we met with community stakeholders, large employers, small employers, the school district, and we determined our number one need at that time was housing. I know everyone in the state and the country is talking about housing right now. A result of that was the creation of 2 new TIF districts, and one was this River North TIF district that you had up on the screen earlier. So we hope to be working with home builders to kind of become the hub of housing options for our area.
So how far down the road are we looking? Because I know it's a slow process to get housing built no matter where you are.
You know, we hope to have housing starting to be built in 2024 in that area.
Already.
And actually we do have a WIDA tax credit project that we were awarded, which helps out with affordable housing, and that we expect to happen in 2024.
In Waupaca, is the housing need in all areas? I mean, what do you have a bigger need for? High-end housing, middle, lower income, apartments?
I think all housing, but I would say that like most communities, that $200,000 to $300,000 product is going to be what moves the fastest.
That's the middle.
That's kind of that middle area. You know, and kind of our philosophy is people potentially, we attract people from out of the area into that housing, or people that have some equity in the housing that's in that $100,000 to $200,000 range, maybe looking to move up, opening up some of that more affordable housing in other spots of the city.
Who would have thought we'd ever see the day when we were calling $200,000 to $300,000 homes middle?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's
changed.
That used to be the high end. So the River North, is that what you're hoping will serve as filling the void, or are there other areas that you could or intend on putting housing in?
So the River North area is going to be more of a dense, or more housing that we're going to have. We'll have single family homes, but we'll have multiple family houses like apartment buildings, and then also townhouses. We do have another subdivision that's not within a TIF district that we have available for single family housing, and we're still continuing to look at vacant lots that we have throughout the city to try and put in homes in that area too. But River North is where we feel like we're going to be able to get more places for people to live in than in a condensed area than we can throughout the whole community.
You're looking to attract people and you're looking to build housing. What's the industry there? Where are your people working?
Well, we're heavy in manufacturing.
Okay.
We have the Waupaca Foundry,
right,
and they have their headquarters there, 3 plants. They employ over 1,500 people locally, so that's a huge, a huge employer. We also have other job centers, though. Gusmer Enterprises is also a local employer in manufacturing. But we're the county seat, so the courthouse, the school district. We have the Wisconsin Veterans Home at King, which is not technically in the city limits, but right outside.
It's close enough, yeah.
Yeah, so those are just a sample size of some of our larger employers.
Another area is the Churchill Street corridor. What's happening there?
Yeah, so Churchill Street is an entrance that we have to our community that is an area that we'd like to beautify. As you drive in, we go across the mill pond, and we get into an area that's been a little bit distressed, and we're looking to improve that. We've had a couple of businesses that have put quite a bit of money into improving their buildings, so we would like to see that continue to improve.
Yeah, what is it that you would like visitors to see when they first come to your city as that Churchill Street entrance?
So if you come off Highway 10
Yep.
and you're coming on Churchill Street, the first few things you're going to see part of the Crystal River turns into the Curie Mill Pond. We have an inland lakes district that is kind of talking about how to work on that and improve that. And then we also have the schools. Two of our schools are elementary and our middle school you run into. And then we get into a little more of the commercial aspect of it. And there's a new brewery within the last several years that's there. And then there's some areas that used to be used for industrial type purposes, looking to change that over to what the zoning is now, which is more of that commercial or high density residential. And that's kind of what that TIF 12 will help with. So.
All right, we are talking Waupaca with Mayor Brian Smith, City Administrator Aaron Jensen, and we have more to come when we come back, so please stay right there. Back now with Waupaca Mayor Brian Smith and City Administrator Aaron Jensen. Waupaca, your population, as we saw on the sign, just over 6,000 people. Summertime, though, you balloon to like 30,000
We do.
people. You're a big tourism area. How important from an economic standpoint is tourism to your city?
Well, obviously it's huge. When you balloon from that number from 6 to 30-some thousand people, and the biggest reason that we do balloon from that is because we have a chain of lakes that has 22 lakes that are just outside of the city of Waupaca. But obviously the city of Waupaca is the hub for entertainment and for necessities that people want. And we offer a lot of things in our parks, and I'll let Aaron elaborate a little bit more on that.
Yeah, in addition to the chain of lakes, which is our kind of world-class geography asset, we have beautiful parks. We have Swan Park, which is a 140-acre park that hosts thousands of people on weekends for baseball tournaments, softball tournaments, etc. Brand new splash pad and playground that was just put in there this summer. We also have South Park, which is a beautiful park in the downtown area with a public beach. So a ton of amenities. And then outside of the city limits, we also have Hartman Creek State Park, so a state park right outside our back door. So all of those kind of complement the chain of lakes and make it an awesome place to be, in our opinion.
Were you about to say, maybe?
I was just going to say, our downtown, we keep going back to our downtown, but that attracts people now too. We get tourists that come just to see the downtown area. And within our downtown, we have trails that go throughout our community. We have a beautiful Waupaca River that goes through there. So we have a lot of people that come there for hunting and fishing and just socializing. So it's really become a hub for the Channel Lakes to help them to make everybody else in that area happy too. So.
And as a tourism hub, I mean, do you have like rental units? Do you have cottages? Is there camping, recreational activities? Do people come to stay there like for a week or two?
Yeah, so we have multiple hotels in the city limits.
Okay.
Then, of course, like everywhere, short-term rentals has become a
Yes.
hot topic, especially around the chain of lakes. But not just the chain of lakes. There are short-term rentals in the downtown area throughout the city. So yeah, I think there's options to stay. If people want to come and visit, I think it's a great destination for a weekend or even longer. So check out any of those.
And when I said you ballooned from 6,000 to 30,000, when summer hits your full capacity, but then school starts September the 4th or whenever it is, do all of your businesses stay open, or are those that are just specific to the recreation in tourism, and they may close for a portion of the year?
Well, we do on the Chain of Lakes outside of the city of Waupaca. There are businesses that close.
Okay.
One of maybe the biggest attractions there is I'm sorry, I can't think of the name.
Harbor.
The Harbor Bar, yeah, the Harbor Bar, and that does close in the wintertime. But otherwise, most of our businesses do stay open, and we do get winter activities that happen in our community too. It's just not to that size that we have.
Sure. You've got something unique here. You got 2 spring-fed lakes within your city limits, 2 trout streams in the city. Just outside the city, as you mentioned, King, the Chain of Lakes, a popular tourist destination as well. Not a whole lot of communities can boast urban fishing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a great point. Right in our downtown in the backyard, we have a Rotary Riverview Park, and it gets stocked with good-sized trout.
It does. They do stock it.
They do.
Yeah.
And if you can catch that on the days they're there, some people do. There's a lot of people fishing. So it's a great recreational amenity. And then you mentioned the 2 spring-fed lakes, and going back to the public beach, which is on one of them, Mirror and Shadow Lake. So yeah, we're blessed with a ton of those features. You talked about the Chain of Lakes as well, but then there's also other clusters of lakes south of town. So we're surrounded by water.
And you benefit from even those south of town waterways because people, they got to have a place to stay.
Absolutely, yeah. I think the city of Waupaca is kind of the hub for, as the mayor mentioned before, everything that a visitor may need. So there's these clusters of area that they visit, including the city and the downtown, and everyone benefits from them.
South of town, you got the Red Mill. For people who haven't been to your area, what's the Red Mill all about?
Yeah, that's pretty cool. And you can see they just put it, I think he took this picture after they put the new wheel on there. They actually had to close down the road to be able to put that new wheel in there.
Oh, really?
That's brand new. That's a new item that we have there too. As you see it, you see the Crystal River that goes through there. At one time there was a dam there that plugged that up, and we had a mill pond there also. And a little controversial when that happened, but now it's just a beautiful area. The Red Mill is an awesome place for pictures of the past and the present. We have a lot of wedding pictures that get taken out there. They have a coffee shop in there and a knick-knack shop and so on. It's one of the places that you have to go to when you go to Waupaca.
And is that year-round?
It is.
It is. Yeah, it is. You've got some new amenities and events in the city. What's this Halloween on Main? What are you doing there?
It's been a very, very popular event. We did it in conjunction with the opening of our Main Street in 2021. So obviously COVID was in 2020. 2021 we had Main Street construction. It was really difficult for those downtown businesses. Sure. And we wanted to bring something that brought a ton of people to Main Street. So the fall of 2021, it was our first event, and there was well over 1,000 people, closer to 2,000 people that showed up. Year 2, we're estimating over 3,000, maybe 4,000 people. And it's an event where everyone comes and we close off the street. They can walk up and down the street. It's a family event. Mm-hmm. All the businesses participate. It's trick-or-treating. We have every department within the city participates, which is really cool.
Really?
And we also have a very famous pumpkin display. If anyone's heard of Jim Miller's pumpkin display, it used to be west of town, and now we've worked with Jim to get it right on City Square. It is super neat. He's a talented artist, and hundreds of pumpkins that people can check out.
Halloween in Waupaca. We are back to wrap up with all things Waupaca right after this, so stay right there. Welcome back. We wrap up our conversation on Waupaca with the mayor and the city administrator. You've got a shared grant writer between the city, the school district, and the Chamber of Commerce, resulting in, $3 million being injected into that community. This has been since 2020. Can you highlight some of the projects that money has gone toward?
Yeah, would love to. I'd love to start by saying that this was made possible through a philanthropic donation. We have some community members that, a couple that had this vision and thought that why not get a grant writer? And it's always, in municipal government, it's always tough to hire that new position with some constraints we have. So we were able to do it through them. And you mentioned over $3 million in combined between the school district, the city, and the chamber. And a couple of those, the recent solar project, or solar panel project on City Hall, which has reduced our costs by about 50% at City Hall.
Really?
Return on investment of about 5 years, we're going to see, with a bunch of grants and credits. And then a child care planning grant. A lot of people throughout the state and the country are running into child care challenges, access, affordability, retaining workers. So we're working on that. And then also just walking trails throughout the community, and then an outdoor movie theater or a movie screen that we put in different spots for quality of life amenities. Our splash pad that we talked about. There's so many different things we could talk about, but those are a couple.
Everything from tourism to Halloween. Waupaca's got everything for everybody. Mr. Mayor, Aaron, thanks so much for being here this morning.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. And if you have a newsmaker in your town that you think we should have on the show, let us know about it. Send us an email to tips@wearegreenbay.com, or you can message us on Facebook. And be sure to join us once again Sunday morning at 7. Until then, have a great day.